everybody, Kitsune Haruhi here, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing another building kit today, but this time instead of being a cute little critter, I'm going for a historical plane. I picked this up. It is a new Ray brand classic planes. Honestly, I don't know exactly what I'm going to need to make this plane. Outside of the fact that it's for ages 8 plus, it really doesn't tell me much. I do see that there's a little screwdriver in here. So it may be just a simple assemble and twist. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and make this one. It is I believe the proper name of the plane is the Fokker, F-O-K-K-E-R. I am not very conversant in these types of things. I just know I like certain designs, and as you can see, it's good old Red Baron look here. I went for aesthetics. If you want somebody who really knows something about model building and kits, I'm not your lady. I just build what I like. But anyway, let's get into this and have a look. There's no information on this at all. There's some really nice pictures. And it's just a box. So let's open her up and see what's inside, and maybe I'll have a better idea of what I'm getting into. So straight away, you can see nothing is on sprues. It's already pre-cut, pre-painted, pre-everything. The box had no information. Underneath, yep, Fokker D1. Looks like we've got some landing gear and whatnot under here. Looks like it's going to be a very simple kit. A couple of nice details here and there. Let's see if I can get everything out of this packaging. It's in there a little tough. Yep, there's a whole bunch of little teeny screws and some rods. I'll figure that all out. The paint job is okay, but there's a lot of flaws in it. See where it didn't get down in the cracks there. Got ran out a little bit right there, but that's okay. Again, if I really need to, I can always go back in and paint things and make it look better. Because that really is my better skill set, is painting. Let me see if I can get it out of here. Lay out all these parts so we can see what we're doing. A rubber band off this. It's a very thin plastic. I want to be careful. Oh, there you go. Pilot seat. But it actually moves. Hey, that's different. I don't think the real ones did. Contents here. The stand it will go on. This is obviously part of the stand. Hold on. That I can most certainly do. Maybe. It's kind of loose. Yeah, I had it the right way. Snap in there already. Well, this is starting off to be a bad sign, I think. There we go. I think it's backwards. But, it's on there, anyway. wheels. That may actually be a broken part already, I think. Well, that's no bueno. Okay. Alright, and that's all I get. There are no instructions. I don't know if they were forgotten, stolen, or just never in there to begin with. So I have to figure this all out based on this teeny tiny little picture down here. That's a little over 1.5 inches high. This could be interesting, folks. We'll see if I do any good at it at all. I'm going to assume that this is backward but holding, so I'm going to go with it and try and figure out what I'm doing. So, this originally was already sitting in here. I'm going to go ahead and just put it back in, because it's a pretty good bet that's where it actually belongs. There are like little channels and things to put it in. There's a hair. Don't need a hairy model kit here, folks. Where'd that thing go? Got her. It slides together somewhat. Wow. Not sure it'll slide together entirely though. And let me make sure I've got my other pieces that are going to have to go on here before I fully put it together, because I don't want to get this thing in such a way that I can't assemble certain parts. That obviously goes on the nose. I have 2 screws here that must go in there. Yeah, it appears this tail actually sits high. And then this goes in here. Pretty sure that doesn't go there. That should be closing. For some reason it doesn't want to, so let me have a look here what's going on. That's sitting there. This goes right here. And there we go. I need to go ahead and assemble that on there? Perhaps? That's not going to fit on there with this. They didn't leave any room. Did I find myself a kit for people who like to repair kits? Maybe. Is this going to end up on Regretsy? Maybe. But look here. There's no room for this to go on along with that. Let's see what else we have going on here. So these and these are in some way related to the landing gear and the upper wing. Wow. I may have gotten myself in deeper than I know how to handle. But we will persevere. I will manage something here. Let's get this wheel on. Which clearly needs to have glue. So let's glue this. I know I don't have what proper modelers would use as glue, but I do have some E6000. And I'm willing to gamble that it'll be no harm, no foul, considering this condition of this kit. I've still got plenty of pieces. I don't know where they're supposed to go to. What are these little rods? I don't know. That may be that part of the mystery here is maybe they actually have to go in between some of these to connect them together. We'll find out. So already I'm going to tell you 8+ may be ambitious. We may actually be looking at an older kid's kit. Though I will say, what I'm finding here is going to frustrate some folks. They aren't going to want to do this twice. So a little E6000, we're going to get this wheel put back on. That I'm fairly certain was broken in the process of putting it in to this kit. These look like the outer supports for the wings, perhaps, based on the angle. So I shall endeavor as such, even though the color is very off. Hopefully that'll dry straight. In the interest of keeping that under control, I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Just a touch. What I was prepared for was a basic snap-together kit. What I'm getting here is what should probably have been a basic snap-together kit, but it's either been tampered or it's just not a really good kit. Either way, some of these parts are just not friends with one another. Let's see something here. There's a very real chance of stripping these screws out. They fit kind of odd feeling there. Attach it to this one. Is that supposed to go in there? Maybe. Let's try that. That could be a part of my issue. Looks like it's supposed to go there. Maybe it does. The curvature would be this way. Right there. Ah, right there. So I have something figured out here. So it fits right here into this little notch. So when the screw goes in to hold the body together, this will stay there. So we'll have that much figured out. Someone was the devil when they came up with this thing. Now let's see if this has solved the mystery here. Line up the tail at the front. Perhaps. Will this guy go in properly? Yes. Alright, now we have some traction going on here. Seem to have mostly figured this one out. Am I missing a rod back there, perhaps? Maybe that's what that's for. Alright, so there's a little square thing here at the bottom, which makes me think maybe that. Perhaps. Or does it go this way? This is a frustrating kit at best. Just stabilize things while I look it over. See what's going on here. Okay, that definitely goes there. I think. Okay. I may have to actually insert these little fellows before I close that up. It may well be that. Let's sit over it. Upside down. I'm going to say indeed yes. Okay. Alright, I got another piece figured out, I believe. Right there. So this goes underneath the wing, which the screw will hold in. Alright, we're getting some progress here. Albeit it is slow, it is halting, and it is frustrating to try and figure this out on the simple basic fact that, again, no instructions at all. Even though this appears to be something that's supposed to be a simple kit that a kid can do. For now, let's get this screw in here. To hold things together while I think on the rest of it. I think when I was getting ready to do this video, I was looking at this and going, I don't know if it's going to take long enough to make a video out of. I don't think it's going to be that complicated. What was I even thinking? There is something that goes here. I do believe it's this. So let's sit there. There's that piece of fuzz again. This does need some cleanup though. There's a lot of flash still on it. So if this is here, I have to assemble this before I close that up, of course. Go ahead and slide it in. That little extra control on the bottom of that screw helps quite a bit. Now that's quite a significant gap there. Do I have it in wrong? And everything lines up here with that gap still being there. So, you know, that's just bad manufacture right there is all that is. Alright. With this sitting here, let's have a look at something. I believe that these drop through. It appears so. From the tilt of the wing, it'll have to go this way, which is the outside. I assume then that this detail might go to the outside as well. So let's go ahead and do it that way. I'm sure I bought a model kit, not a guessing game. I may have been wrong. Perhaps. Maybe so, maybe no. Let's find out. See if it lines up here. Could use a lot of sanding, really. Oh, which also reminds me, this thing has to go on there somewhere. Now I think I see what these two holes are for. These two holes, like that. I think I might be making some progress here, folks. And these go here. Pretty much have to dry fit everything just to see where it belongs. And assuming that doesn't look right. So I think I have these in the wrong holes. So as far as these guys go, I believe I've got those in the right position, so let's go ahead and give them a screw. Just right in here in between the guns. At least they were nice enough to give you a magnetic screwdriver. So you can grab this stuff as it's trying to escape from you and put it in its place. Okay, so that at least is secured. Those just stick there, it appears. At least I don't think they take screws. Maybe they do. Maybe I shouldn't have screwed that down yet. But how? I do know I need to switch these. This side. That side. Alright. So actually, before attaching that, let me back myself up again here. I need to attach this to it. That's kind of sad. You can see the stress marks where the screw hole isn't straight. Right in here. Those stress marks where it's screwing in. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to use those for it? I don't know. No instructions. So, catch these two little pieces here. Set that in place. Give this thing a squeeze and a screw. Sorry, children. Well, it's kind of in there. That moves. I guess as it should. The chair moves. I guess as it should. Alright. So, let's get this ridiculous little thing back in there. It's an aggravation. I don't see... There's supposed to be... Maybe there should put a screw right here, but there's no place to put one. I feel I may have to just rubber band this and glue it. Because something isn't right there. It may be in something how I assembled it. Then again, that piece was pretty loose before I started putting things together. It just would not connect through. I'll have to figure it out. At least that works. Really needs some paint done on it. Alright, moving along then. This wonderful fellow. I have to put the screws in from underneath. So hopefully I'll be able to get to it to do that. And these go in and twist and then into that. Looks like it takes a screw in there as well. This one, please. Don't push through. Seriously? I'm going to have that one connected, but not tight, because I get the feeling we're going to be fiddling with it a bit. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Take it through the notch there. Give it a twist. Just enough to hold it again. They're still kind of loose, as I think I'm going to need fidget room. So let's see what happens next. As you can see, the back end's trying to come apart. That's aggravating. Alright, so I can see there's screw holes all the way through here, and they are only one-sided. I believe I'll start with the innermost. That fell off again. Sorry that my hands are in the way, but this is very difficult to get into. It does not want to let that screw twist. See if I can get the screw in the other side any easier. Just with my two fingers, I cannot twist that easily. There's not enough length to leave you room to work in here. Let me see. No, my precision kit's not in here. I'm just going to have to suffer with it. Ow. You little turkey. That doesn't give you much leeway. The screws don't go in straight. They're very out of true. See, there's a lot of warping in this kit too. Once I laid it down, I could see the warping in that upper wing. Oh, it's on there somewhat. It'll do. Let's try to get these outer ones on. The kit was clearly made for a kid to make something they could play with. But if they can't assemble it, how are they going to play with it? And I can promise you, unless this kid's really careful and gentle with things, it's probably going to go to pieces right away. They're going to end up destroying it real fast. Alright, 2 more screws. I go to this. I know that glue is not fully dry yet, but I'm moving ahead. Because, I mean, really? What else can I do? So that underneath wing goes this way. It appears. Yep. Two screws. Still don't know what those rods are for. I get the feeling that maybe they're something important. Wish I knew. You want to support this part while doing it, because these are really, really delicate. Well, there's that part. Put this thing back on here again. I really don't want to hit that with glue because it's supposed to move. But I may end up having to do it eventually. So here we are. Here's the stand. Yeah, it goes the other direction, of course. The stand was a warning. Heed that warning, my friends. You know what? Giving this glue some workout. So hey, wonder of wonders, while moving this box around, a back panel fell forward, and I found the instructions hidden underneath of it. But here's the thing. They've got this one little instruction sheet that apparently is for 4 different kits. And when you look at this one, there are no words, first of all. If you can't tell, that's really, really tiny and hard to see. You can't tell what the parts are. And you can't read it. I've even got my reading glasses on. I can't see what it's saying to do. Yeah, the rods do something. Theoretically, I was supposed to have 12 screws, 10 short ones and 2 long ones. They were all the same length. Exactly the same length, same size, no difference. These rods, I still can't see where they go. I don't know what they are. But nonetheless, even with these instructions, I don't think I would have gotten through this any quicker. And I can also say that these parts would not have been in any better quality. I made my way through it. Some of this stuff is just cheaply made. Not at all happy with this kit. It's okay. It came out with a thing, but still, nonetheless, there's a piece popped loose already. Get back in there. Gapping, because it's not made to fit properly. You have to force things because they're not made to fit properly. They don't have the correct span. The paint job is Most of it's just red plastic, so that painting didn't need to be done. But where it was painted, there's a lot of scrapes. There's a lot of missed areas. Some just generally cheapy machine painting. Yeah, it's kind of nice that you got some movable parts, but why does the seat need to move? What's that going to do? You can't get your little finger in there to move it. All in all, it's a okay kit. Yeah, if you're a beginner, the build style with the screws makes sense for a young kid learning to use tools and whatever. And it's nice that they give you the tool, but if it's not long enough for you to get into things, what good does it do? If your stuff isn't going to fit together without glue, please say that you need glue. I'm a little disappointed in this fella. I still can't put it on the stand until this glue dries because the stand won't hold itself together without any. It just isn't fit properly. But, you know, it is what it is. This actually, let me look at something here. I do believe, and I believe I am correct here, it costs the same amount as the Pokemon kit that I did. But honestly, I'd go with the Pokemon kit. Just because if it's for a kid, the Pokemon kit has easy to follow, easy to see, easy to read instructions. It will go together in a quick amount of time and is playable. This has not even easy to see instructions, providing you find them without them putting a false bottom in the box to hide it under. There it is. That was back here where I couldn't see. All I could tell is maybe it was a background piece. I didn't know that was coming off of there. Put your instructions where they can be found, people. Anyway, hard to read instructions, really bad marks from molding. It's going to require sanding. You got gaps that's going to require putty, which a beginner is not going to have or know unless there's somebody there instructing them, which defeats the purpose of it being a beginner's kit. So, disappointment? Yes. Got a model of a plane that I like. Yeah, I got the plane I like, but it don't look like much. I'm gonna say, guys, buyer beware on this one. If you really want to mess with it, you want one that's gonna need a lot of updating because you like doing that, here's your kit. If you want one that's for your beginner, a young kid that they can put together and play with, skip it. Go somewhere else. 8 plus? No. 12 plus? Maybe. So, guys, there you have it. That is the new Ray Classic Planes Fokker D1. Painted to look like the Red Baron. They had another design too, just so you know. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe. You can visit me also on Patreon. I've got a Patreon available. I might do some updates on that pretty soon. And I have just opened up a Discord server. It is Kitsune Haruri's Atelier. As if I didn't make this channel hard enough to, pronounce. I made that even worse by adding in a French word. Ain't that nice? But yeah, come on there. You can discuss what goes on in the channel. Keep it friendly. Keep it nice. We are a mixed bag of people here, and don't need to be insulting with anybody, which I've seen at other places. But yeah, I've got mostly good people in here, so I don't think I'm going to have too much of an issue with that. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.